Hey, y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist, and I am back today with an update. So, y'all remember I told y'all about Adriana Smith, that is the young woman in Georgia who is pretty much being used as a human incubator and being kept alive by machine solely to bring a child into this world. She was declared brain dead around 9 weeks of that pregnancy, and she has been on life support for approximately 100 or so days now, 100 or more days now. But on any note, the update. So, first, the hospital made very clear that the reason they did this is because once they found out that she was with child and detected a heartbeat, because you can hear the heartbeat at 6 weeks, it's not a heartbeat. Just be clear, the heart is not formed at 6 weeks, it is more of an electrical current. Okay? But anyway, because of that and the Georgia heartbeat bill, which is also in other states like Texas and Idaho and North Dakota and South Dakota and et cetera, et cetera. But because of that bill and because Roe v. Wade was overturned and because non vaginal canal having individuals, shout out to CBG for giving us that terminology, because non vaginal canal having individuals get to somehow make decisions for women's bodies, she is being kept alive because the hospital said they do not want to be legally responsible for unaliving an unborn fetus. We are going to call things what they are. This, when she went in, this was a fetus, period, point blank. But on any note, now, get this. The state of Georgia is saying, oh, no, 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 don't put this on us in our bill. Our bill never once stated that you have to keep anyone on life support in order to bring a baby into the world. So basically, Governor Kemp in the state of Georgia is saying we are not at fault here. This is solely the hospital's decision and fault. We didn't tell them to do that. Let me read y'all something. Lawmakers clash over care of pregnant, brain dead Georgia woman. Please understand that brain dead means legally dead, meaning they can collect insurance for this woman even though she is on machines. She is biologically functioning, not living, biologically functioning on machines. So, on any note, Democratic lawmakers are urging Governor Kemp and Attorney General Chris Carr to clarify the law's interpretation, while Republican lawmakers defend the hospital's decision to preserve the unborn child's life. Attorney General Carr's office stated that Georgia's Life Act, aka the Heartbeat Bill, does not require doctors to keep brain dead women on life support, contradicting the hospital's legal stance. So, just some information from different representatives in the state of Georgia. The Democratic State Senator Nabala Islam Parks, Democratic representative from Duluth, expressed outrage that the decision was not left to Smith's family. On Tuesday, she sent a letter to Governor Brian Kemp requesting clarification and urging him to have the state attorney general issue a formal legal opinion. They stated, I'm going to ask him to ask his attorney general to put a legal opinion on the abortion ban law. We are asking to make sure there is no gray area. On the other side, Republican State Senator Ed Seltzer, Republican from Ackworth, who sponsored the Life Act or Heartbeat Bill, defended the law and emphasized that the case is about health care and preserving life, not abortion rights. Whose life are you preserving, though? She's dead. She's dead. And in natural situations, when a pregnant woman dies, the fetus dies with her. You are going above and beyond outside of natural processes to keep this woman as an incubator to bring forth this child. Meanwhile, y'all are also fighting to stop in vitro fertilization and things like that because that's unnatural. So it's more natural to keep a brain dead woman biologically functioning. That makes sense to y'all. Okay. Republican State Senate Ed Seltzer also added that the physicians at Emory acted appropriately in prioritizing both the mother and unborn child. How did they? There is no prioritizing a dead woman. She no longer gets priority. She's dead. So you are actually, what you are doing is you are prioritizing a fetus over a family, over a dead woman, And somehow you think that is correct. He went further to state, our heart goes out to Miss Smith's family, and I am just thankful for the physicians that even though there are some challenging decisions for the family to make, you didn't let the family make a decision. Let's cut it out. I'm hopeful that there is a living human life that can be saved from this, and I think there are millions of Georgians who feel the same way. Georgia folks, how y'all feel? What do y'all think? Because he just spoke for y'all. He basically just said the people of Georgia agree with keeping this brain dead woman biologically functioning by machine solely to bring forth a child. She's been brain dead since she was 9 weeks. Before that child was even formed in any capacity, she was dead. So, how do y'all feel about this since your state senator spoke for y'all? How do y'all feel? Attorney General Chris Carr's office also issued a statement clarifying that the Life Act does not require doctors to maintain life support in the cases of brain death. Removing life support is not an action with the purposes to terminate a pregnancy, the statement read, which it's not. The action is not to abort. The action is the woman is dead. And naturally, the baby would die. I'm waiting for God to intervene here. All my believers out there, I'm waiting for God to intervene because, see, this is man intervening. If it weren't for that machine, her and that fetus would have already been buried. So I'm waiting for God to intervene because you can't convince me that this is God's will. So, yeah, there's the update. All this hoopla around the heartbeat bill being the reason that they did this. And then the state says, no, indeed, because that's not what that heartbeat bill says. Mind you, the bill doesn't clarify, hence the gray area. They need to be more specific. There is a lot of gray here, just with the wording of the bill itself. The hospital very well could have understood it to mean once we detected that she was pregnant and there was a heartbeat in that child, we have to save this child no matter what. So is it the hospital's fault? Is it the state's fault for being too murky in the wording of the bill? I don't know, but all I do know is, let me reiterate, there is no way that non-vaginal canal having humans, men, should be the deciding factor here because, mind you, the Republican state senator who spoke, that's a man. I will never understand men having the say on women's bodies. How does that actually work? Because if it were reversed, would y'all be okay with women having a say over y'all bodies? Like, let's say I said as a woman, you know what, after a man has 3 different baby mamas and isn't married to one of them, automatic vasectomy. How would y'all feel about that? Hmm? And I mean, we could say the same thing on the reverse for women, but that's not what we're talking about right now. How would y'all feel if women had control over your bodily autonomy? How would y'all? That would never happen in a patriarchy. So, y'all safe. But yeah, what y'all think? Especially my Georgia people. He said that y'all are okay with this. Are y'all okay with this? Well, I don't know, but y'all have a beautiful, wonderful rest of the day, and I will holler at y'all later.